Okay, so I've had a lot of updates that I wanted to give you guys around my whole apartment hunting and potential move process. I feel like I'm always talking about a potential apartment move on here. I think at this point I got distracted with combing my eyebrows or something, so I'll give you a quick summary. My sister and I moved from Williamsburg to Bushwick around 9 months ago. It was an adjustment, but we were super excited to be exploring a new neighborhood and living in a loft apartment. Then at the beginning of this year, building management randomly reached out to us and let us know that there's going to be significant construction work on the entire facade of our building. They basically told us that it wouldn't be an option to renew our lease and that if possible, they'd like us to leave before the year is up. So that leaves us to where we are now. We are officially apartment hunting again, but with some flexibility on start date. Okay, now for the fun part of the video. I wanted to basically show you guys all of the units I toured, share the price points and all the details around them and get your thoughts. Before I do, I'll quickly put up on the screen, 1, where to look for apartments. 2, what are typical application requirements when you apply for an apartment. And then 3, what are typical questions that I usually ask landlords, property managers, real estate agents that help me get a better sense of the apartment and manage my expectations. And then 4, generally for this apartment search, what my criteria was, just in case you were curious. All right, now let's get started with the apartment tours. This is the first apartment that we viewed. It was one of those listings on StreetEasy that had been bookmarked by hundreds of users and almost seemed too good to be true. It's located in a prime area in Park Slope and it's pretty close by to all the different subway lines. The unit was $37.50 per month with washer dryer in unit. For the most part, I thought this apartment was really nice. I liked that the bedrooms were evenly sized and the closet space was pretty standard for New York. I was a big fan of the kitchen because I feel like it's one of those kitchens where when you clean it, it'll actually look clean, and that's very satisfying to me. What I didn't love was that there wasn't a ton of natural light in the living room. Apartment number 2 was a half-an-hour walk away from the first apartment we viewed, and it was in Gowanus. It was $3,800, no fee. This was probably one of the most unique apartments we viewed. It was listed on StreetEasy directly by the landlord, and I think the star of the apartment was the greenhouse section at the back that was overlooking a private garden. This apartment had an electronic fireplace, and I've never been to London, but this is kind of what I imagine a really cute renovated London townhouse would look like. The space felt like a modern cozy cottage. There was just one bathroom, but it had 2 sinks, which was pretty cool, and also a bathtub and a shower. The main drawback with this apartment was the second bedroom, which was tiny. It would only fit 1 bed, and there was a really small basement window. In terms of overall space though, the apartment sort of compensated for that with this whole second living room with a spiral staircase. The landlord said we could pick to have this unit come furnished or unfurnished, so we could pick and choose what pieces of furniture or which TVs we wanted to keep. This is what the private garden looked like. Apartment number 3 was a short walk away from apartment number 2. It was also in Gowanus. It was a little bit more expensive. It was a little under $4,100 with no fee, and it was a pretty unique looking modern loft. The real estate agent was telling me that this used to be an office space, which is why it had a ton of overhead lighting. I wasn't a huge fan of that, but it wasn't a big deal because I could just keep the lights off. These are what the bedrooms look like. I know everyone loves exposed brick, but I'm just not a huge fan. Still really nice bedrooms though, beautiful windows. Huge drawback was that neither of them had any closet space. The apartment had a washer dryer in unit though, which sort of made up for that. Apartment number 4 was a bit more affordable at $3,700 per month with no fee. It wasn't as modern as some of the others that we looked at, but it had its own charm. It still had some of the key amenities like a washer dryer, and I really liked that it had 2 floors. Something about the staircase makes this place feel really homey. The bedrooms were very large and got a lot of natural light. There was also a cute little reading nook in the primary bedroom. It's in the corner, but I don't think I put it in the video. The second bedroom was also decently sized, which we liked, and I had so many ideas on how to furnish the space. The bathroom is nothing special, but we've had much worse, so it was actually kind of nice. Apartment number 5 was in a new building, so very modern looking. Because it was a new building, they have promotional pricing. So this came out to $3,600 per month with no fee. Keep in mind that's the net price, not the gross price, which there's lots of pros and cons to that. I'm not usually a huge fan of these super modern apartments, but I did really like that this apartment had 2 bathrooms. As far as modern apartments go though, I feel like this one was a pretty well done one. Also, both of the bedrooms had a ton of closet space, so that was a big plus. Okay, so now that I've shown you the apartments, I can give you kind of an update on where we're at right now. So out of all of the apartments, we were really excited about apartment number 2. And we actually did end up putting in an application for that. At the time, the landlord did let me know that he had one other application in, but that they were kind of on the fence about that applicant. So I felt like we had a good shot. We did put in the application, and that was on Monday. The landlord then told us that they would have an update for us by Wednesday end of day, but we never actually got a text by Wednesday end of day. And then on Thursday, I reached out to see if they had an update, and we found out that they ended up going with a different applicant. I'm not gonna lie, I was very, very bummed about the whole thing. Bummed is like putting it lightly, because I'm a really dramatic person, so I was just really, really sad because I was already starting to imagine my life in that new apartment, and I was just excited to be done with the whole apartment hunting process. But now we're kind of back at square one, so I feel like I'm gonna have another one of these apartment hunting type of episodes or videos, because I have more viewings to go to, and yeah, everything's kind of up in the air right now. Thank you for watching, and let me know if you have any tips or questions for me. And yeah, I will keep you posted on how the apartment hunt goes.